Yo YouTube land, welcome to 6A Bushcraft.
You wanna know where I wanna go? I wanna know where we're going. Here we are, stuck again. Here we are, where do we begin?
How's it going today, YouTube land? Shawn here again. I want to start off with some apologies. I apologize for no video last weekend. Got a flat tire and I kind of busted my knuckle pretty good, so I didn't want to go out. And then apologies for the lighting. Yesterday was the 4th straight day of 100+ degrees here. And then today's not as hot, but it's supposed to start raining within an hour, and I had plans with the family, so I couldn't get out today either. So I've been putting off doing this video, and I didn't want to put it off any longer, so sorry, bear with me with the lighting. I've got like so many bright lights in my face, and I don't think it's helping at all, and it's kind of distracting. But anyway, we'll get going with it. Buddy Shawn from Family Outdoors, he started a Tag Your It series, and the first video was preparedness, and he tagged me in it. Thanks, Shawn. You guys, if you haven't yet, go check out a Community Outdoors. Great channel. Shawn's a great guy. And, you know, it's funny because Shawn and I kind of think alike on a lot of things. I've actually had an idea for doing a video kind of similar to this, what I'm going to do here. So that's why he came up with this, and I thought, well, this is a perfect time to get this video out. So, whether you're bushcrafting, whether you're hunting, hiking, doing anything outdoors where you're going to be away from, you know, civilization, we'll say, not in like the park in a town. I think there's certain things that everybody should take, and for a reason. And it's based off of Dave Canterbury's 5 C's of survivability for 2 reasons. A, Dave is who I watched a lot of when I first started getting into this and survival stuff. And B, anybody with any knowledge on survival and the outdoors, I think would come up with a list pretty much identical to the 5 and 10 C's. So that's what mine's based off of, plus a few little variations. So the first thing is cutting tool. So whether I'm bushcrafting, if I'm bushcrafting, I'm going to have one of my bushcraft knives. If I'm hunting, I'm probably going to have my skinning knife. And no matter what, I always have in my little bag of goodies, always a backup, a folder. Whether this, it being my grandpa's, you really want a sturdy knife, and you cannot go wrong with these CRKT M series knives. Use this one all the time at work. It's a great knife. Either way, you'd like it, secondary knife, a folding knife. So that's cutting edge. You got to have a knife, and no matter what I'm doing in the woods, I'm going to have a knife. I'm going to have one on my belt. Like I said, I'm going to have my backup. Second is combustion. Got to have something for fire. Okay, so I got my little fire kit here. There's nothing fancy to it. I've got a bellow. Very, very useful. This one's pretty small, as you can see. And then I've got a lighter, of course. This is a, what's it called? Waxwood stick, but Hanger 51? I can't remember exactly. Good stuff, salt from on Joe Robinette, very, very good stuff. I've used it a couple times. And then I've got a little, very old Sucrets can that's got fire starters. I've got 2 different kinds here. I've got the A.C.O sweet fire tabs that I know work good and burn for 5 minutes. And then I've got 2 cotton balls that have got a swab of petroleum jelly in the middle of them. And then, I'm not going to take it out, a ferro rod that's got a little magnesium bar with it as well. That is going to cover you on a fire if you need one, hands down. If you can't get a fire going with this stuff, then you might want to watch more videos like this before you go out there. Anyway, you got to have something for fire. Combustion was the second. Cutting edge, combustion. Now the third is container. Now, a lot of people, if they're going hiking or out into the woods, carry these Nalgenes. Look, I've got one. I've got a couple Nalgenes. They're great, but it's not my primary go-to. Stainless steel should be, I recommend be everybody's primary go-to. This is a 64-ounce bottle with a 40-ounce cup, and this is the point I'm getting to. I recommend you go for something that nests in a cup where you have something to cook with or boil water with on top of your stainless steel container, if it gets to that point and you need to. Because surely this is going to be filled with water when you go out there, but if something happens and you have to stay longer than expected or even overnight, this is your means of boiling fresh water. And another, this is great, but just for one-day little trips, you cannot go wrong, and it's probably my number one recommendation that I think about it, Canteen Kit. It's going to have canteen, a little cup, and most come with this little cook stand too. So you got everything you need right there. And then they come with these little bags, which at the bottom of, let me take this back out, I've got the lid to the cup, and you can always put something like the little Lipton noodle packets or a little oatmeal packet, or in my case, a little luxury item, a little bit of coffee. If I get stuck overnight, I know I'm going to feel a lot better just knowing I have a little cup of coffee to drink while I'm sitting around the fire that I made with my fire kit. Alright, so cutting edge combustion container. Now in this bag is number 4. That's cordage. I've got some tarred nylon bank line right here. Always have cordage on me, and like I said, I'm always carrying this. Even if I'm just going squirrel hunting for 2 hours and I know I'm only going to be up there for 2 hours, you never know what's going to happen. That's the point in this video, preparedness. I do not go out into the woods without these things. Cutting edge, cordage, I'm going out of order now. Cutting edge, cordage, combustion, container, and then the 5th C, cover. Now you could do something as simple as a tarp, but what I like is a really, really big poncho that can double as a shelter. And this poncho, I'm a big guy, and this thing swallows me. Plenty big enough to make a shelter, comes in its own little carry bag. And another thing that you might as well just go ahead and throw in this little bag, little Mylar emergency blanket. Uses upon uses for that. So that covers your 5 C's. Now we're going to go to the few other little things that I personally like to carry. Cloth, I guess it's going to kind of stick with C's a little bit, but cloth, bandana, filter water, clean yourself up if you get cut, all sorts of stuff. All sorts of uses. Then, like I said, just in case you get stranded and you're out there later than you expect, always take a headlamp. Always take a headlamp with you. They don't take up much room, they're lightweight, and if you get in a situation where you're wishing you had one, that's not good. And then, one thing that I always take is an extra Cliff Bar or something, just in case. Calories, protein, get you through the night. And then, the final C, I guess we're going to call it, is going to be the comfort and the clutch. Flushable wipes, people. Sure, you can use leaves, but especially when it's as hot as it is out right now, I'm bringing some wipes along. So we've got that stuff covered, and then other than that, that's my primary go-tos, no matter what. Besides these 2 things, or 3. I'm forgetting one that's in this bag. If I'm bushcrafting, I won't carry this. But if I'm going out hunting or just walking, hiking through the woods, I will bring along a folding saw. Just in case you need it for firewood. If you're walking a trail and you want to cut down a limb that's in the way, you got it with you. And then, a first aid kit. You can do whatever you want with it. You just want the basics. I got this at Walmart. Doesn't take up much room, but the few additions I make to mine. Some rubber gloves. Get this out. Super glue, in case you cut yourself pretty good. And I got myself really good last week, guys. And I was super gluing it, and I looked, I found it on Amazon. I'm going to order it pretty darn soon to add to this. A suture kit. Because I thought most cuts I would encounter, super glue would work. Nah, I probably should have got stitches here. So that's another thing I'm going to throw in. You could just do dental floss and a needle and keep that in there. Dental floss is antibacterial, totally sterile to use, and you're good to go. And then my little key to the first aid kit, it can come at any time, and when it hits, it is terrible. So be prepared. Stuff for a toothache will come in the clutch if you need it. If a toothache came on while you're out in the woods, especially if you're on like a 2 or 3 day camping trip, oh man, you're going to be very, very thankful you put that in. And I won't take this if I'm hunting, but if I'm out bushcrafting and I have my axe, I found this on Amazon, probably never going to use it, I hope, but in case that accident happens and I get myself really good, I've got this medical stapler, not open, ready to go. Just open it, ting, 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 tie it, put a little makeshift suture, or not suture, but tincture around it, tighten it up, and get to help. So, yeah, that's it, guys. That's my little preparedness video. Like I said, I think these, no matter what you do, like I can fit it all in this little haversack, and if I wanted to, I could fit it into something smaller. Definitely a backpack too, because if it fits in this, it's clearly going to fit in a backpack. So I guess I'm supposed to tag, I don't know how many people. I'm just going to tag one person. Buddy Doug from Grim Adventures of Bushcraft and Hiking. I think that's it. Still getting used to the name change, Doug. I'll put the description or a link to his channel down there. Check him out too. He's great. And be sure to keep an eye out for Community Outdoors Season 2 episodes. We had to skip a week this past week, but that just allows for the guys to really perfect their videos that are going to start rolling out coming up this Friday. So stay tuned for that too. Until next time, YouTube land, remember, it's not called the Great Outdoors for no reason. And, well, maybe it's not so great when it's 100 degrees. Still great, but not as great. Bye, guys.